Okay, so now let's continue our work on our guard AI. Right here on this line 10, make sure that you remove that one float from there. I don't know why I forgot to remove that in the previous video. Right now, what we want to do, we want that when the game starts, we want to declare few things. The first one is that we want the current moving speed of the player, the guard, to be equals to the moving speed. Okay, so as you know that the current moving speed is 0 and the moving speed, we will declare that in our inspector. So if it is 5, then current moving speed will be 5. Alright, and the present health will be equals to the character health. After this, we want to declare the player body. So player body will be equals to game object dot find, and we want to find whatever that is by the player name. Alright, so player body will be added then. Okay, and if you want, you can remove that public from there. After this, we want to attach the character controller of the card, so it will be equals to get component character controller, and in this way the character controller will be attached automatically, so we need to remove that public from there now as well. That is it. Now after this, what we want to do is we want to check that if the player is in the vision radius, and also we want to check if the player is in the shooting radius. So how we will check that? Let me explain first of all. For example, if this is the guard, alright, then what we want to do around this guard, we want to create a, first of all we want to create a vision radius and then a shooting radius. So if the player enters the vision radius, then the guard will know where the player is, and if the player enters in the shooting radius, then the guard will know that the player is in the shooting radius, and the guard will simply shoot down the player. Okay, so we just need to create two spheres, first one for the vision radius and next one for the shooting radius. So let's start from the vision radius. For creating a sphere, we will say physics dot check sphere. We want to create sphere around our guard, so we will say transform dot position. Since this script is attached to the guard, then we want to set the radius of that sphere, so it will be the vision radius, and this whole sphere will only detect anything that is on the player layer. Alright, so if it detect anything, then it will be equals to player in vision radius. So if this is true, we can create a sphere, and in that sphere it detect anything that is on the player, then this vision radius will be set to true. Alright, now let's do it for our shooting radius. So I'm going to copy and paste it, and instead of vision radius I'm going to say shooting radius, and then in the start player in shooting radius will be equals to that. Alright, now we don't want the card to shoot the player when in vision radius or shooting radius. Alright, we only want the card to shoot or chase the player whenever the card commits any crime or any suspicious activity. So right here we will say if the guard is not alerted. It means that the guard is not alerted, the guard don't know anything if the player do anything bad or not. So if this is the case, we want the guard to walk. Alright, then we will add another if condition. We will say if the guard is alerted, okay, it means that if the player commits any crime, shoot any character, or take out the rifle, or shoot using that rifle, just like in hitman game, if you take your rifle out, it shows that this rifle is an illegal weapon, and if the guard sees you with it, the guard will arrest you, or if you don't surrender, the guard will start shooting you and start to kill you. Alright, so if the guard is alerted and the player is in vision radius but not in the shooting radius, then in this case what we want to do, we want the guard to chase the player. Alright, then one more condition in which we're gonna say if the guard is alerted and the player is in vision radius and also in shooting radius, then we want it to shoot the player. Alright, and at the end we will say if the guard is alerted, we want to increase the vision radius of the guard, so we're gonna set it to 155. Right, right here make sure that you add a semicolon, I forgot to add it. Alright, so now once we do this, alright, we have our update method set up. Now in the next video we're gonna add walking to our character. Okay, if the guard is not alerted, we want the guard to walk if we attach waypoints to the guard, but if we don't attach the waypoints, then we want the guard to just stay in that same place which we place the guard. Okay, so for that, see you guys in the next one.